barefaced. So hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am barefaced and I'm naked today, but not here. But yeah, I will be filming my foundation routine because I've never actually done my foundation on camera aside from like my older videos, I think, and the Welcome Me Back one, I think. So I will do my updated foundation routine and I think it'll be kind of boring. So yeah. So I did my brows off camera and this is from carving my brows out. And now I'll just be, starting my routine. So I moisturized my face off camera and I used the Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. This one. And I know this is a little bit more expensive, but this is the travel size, so I got this for free. Anyways, I will be priming my pore riddled areas with the Porefessional Pearl Primer by Benefit, and I actually really like this one. It makes, I don't know, man. Honestly, I've been doing makeup for a while now, and I know that primers is supposed to make your, I don't know, your skin smoother or something, and make it last longer. Have I seen a difference? I probably have, I'm not sure. So I just apply it all over my nose area and wherever my pores are really bad. So around here, my chin area, under my lip here, and my forehead up here, so around the T-zone. So now I will be applying my foundation. I usually use the Maybelline Fit Me because one, it's cheap and I'm broke, and two, there's no two because I have no other option because this is cheap. It's actually a really good foundation, and I mean, I'm glad it's not expensive. So I usually blend it out with a beauty sponge, because technically it is not a beauty blender, but this is actually really soft. This is the Velvet Beauty Sponge, I think it's called, and it's, I don't know what the shop's name is called, but I will link their Shopee down below, so you guys can get it, because it's like 26 ringgit for 2 beauty sponges, and they're actually really good, and they're like super soft. So I just take this and about a pump and a half. So I take a foundation brush like this and I just take a little bit on the brush. I just spread it around with the brush. I spread it around evenly, so I have an even coat on my entire face. So when I blend it out, it will, make a smoother and a nicer blend. I can't speak right now. Like, my brain stopped working like 3 weeks into MCO. So as you can see, I'm not blending. Oh, I got a mustache. I'm not blending it. I'm just applying it. And I do the same thing with my concealer that you will see later. It's just so when I blend it out with the sponge, it's easier to blend and it's more even. I have an even and nicer blend. So then I just take whatever excess I have on the back of my hand, put it on the sponge, and then I just blend. So for concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer, and I am in shade 307 Cashmere, and my foundation shade was 220. So just in case anybody wanted to know. For concealer, because I usually like to make a kind of like slicked back, like Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid look, kind of. So I usually apply the concealer around here on the inner corner because I want to brighten it up, and then all the way here. So I just flip the brush and kind of make a point like that, and this like a little goes a long way. So I am very like not generous when I'm applying this. Like that's great, that's enough. That's actually more than enough. So from here, you just take it upwards. Just like that. So this will make, because you are highlighting and concealing at the same time, so what you're doing is, when you're doing this, you're highlighting this area, so it'll pull everything back and make it look like you have a facelift, but you really don't. And I do bring it down here as well, but I'm not adding any product. I'm just taking the same foundation brush from earlier. I'm just kind of spreading around whatever product I laid down earlier. See, look, it looks pulled back. And this concealer, I find it dries really quickly, so you will kind of want to work fast with this. See, it looks pulled back. Ignore this. So now I take my sponge. Now that it's kind of diffused, I take my damp sponge and I just blend it in further with kind of marry it with the foundation. So whatever excess concealer I have, I'll just put it around my eye just to prime it. So you see that there's a harsh line here. You kind of want to diffuse it a little bit, but not too much. I think I picked this technique up from Drag Race actually, because you know, when drag queens sculpt their faces, it is like watching art being painted, you know? So I kind of adapt a lot of drag queen makeup qualities to my own face. Oh, and also I put concealer here, there, and up here. And you can see I don't do a lot. It's like dots. So I just take my beauty sponge and dab. So anyway, I adapted a lot of beauty queen makeup techniques to my own face. Because have you seen beauty drag queens? Damn, they're gorgeous. Like, current favorite from season 12 of Drag Race, if anybody is watching Drag Race right now, is I love Gigi Good. She can do no wrong to me, she can do no wrong. Okay, her snatch game was amazing. I absolutely enjoyed that. My other favorite is Jackie Cox. I love it. Oh, and Jada Essence Hall, she's like kind of slept on. Yeah, she's a little slept on. She's actually really funny. I didn't like her at first, but then I started to like really get into the show and I actually really like her. So now that I have concealed and done whatever with my face that you just saw, I'm gonna set my face. And I use two powders. I use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in 005 Silky Beige, that's my shade. And then I use the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in shade 230 Natural Buff. This is to set my entire face. This is to set my under eyes because it's a little lighter. So what I do is I take a little brush. This is the Elizabeth Arden. I don't know what brush this is. I stole it from my mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I took most of your makeup when I came here. So I'm really generous with the powder and I just stamp. I stamp my powder on. I don't like swipe my powder on, because if you swipe your powder on, it's going to kind of mess up the base that you have blended out underneath. And it's gonna lift your foundation and your concealer, so you don't want to do that. And it's gonna make like a lumpy, bumpy base. I need to get a refill for this. For this one, I get a bigger brush. I swirl it around in whatever product I have left, and I just stamp it all over my face. So now for bronzer and contour. Today I'll be, oh my gosh, it almost fell. So today I'll be using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and as you can see, I've loved this very good. So for my bronzer and contour, for my bronzer at least, I use a big ass fan brush like this. And for my contour, I use a brush like this. And if you guys were around for my, like, since I started my channel, this brush is the very first brush I ever had for makeup. So I used to use this for literally everything. Foundation, actually foundation I use my fingers, but everything that I needed a brush for, I'd use the same brush, which is this one. And I still use this, so, because it's really cute. Anyways, I will be taking this shade right here to bronze and this shade right here to contour, and I'll be bronzing first. So bronzer, I usually take a generous amount, and I start from the top of my ear all the way down, working in like circular motions. You can see it's a little, like, it contours a little bit too. And I prefer this brush for bronzing to using those like big brushes that a lot of these other beauty gurus use, because this one is more precise and my face is really small. So if I use a bigger brush, the bronzer is just gonna go everywhere and my face is just gonna look brown. So I do the same thing here. I kind of pull back my hair as well. So you know when you pull back your hair, your skin goes, look at that. So that's kind of my guide to like where I should bronze. And I do the top of my forehead as well to give me a little sun. I forgot which beauty guru said this. I think it was Nikki Tutorials, but she said bronzer is the sun without the damage. So I actually live by those words when I'm applying bronzer, because, you know, MCO lockdown means you can't go out, you can't actually get sun, and I've been looking dead. I've been looking like a corpse because I'm so pale. So to sculpt my face and to contour my face, I'll take this. I'm taking this shade right here and this little brush. And usually when I contour, I don't go all the way like I did with my bronzer. I keep it here, like short and sweet, just like me. So I take it on the brush and I go around the same area where I bronzed, but I take it higher. So bronzer, I'll keep it around here. Contour, I'll bring it a little upwards. And I won't bring it all the way down here like I did with my bronzer, so I'll just keep it maybe halfway there. And I also contour my jawline. Even though I have a pretty defined jawline, I like to like bring it out even more, because I feel like a jawline is such an attractive feature. So after doing all this defining and sculpting on the parameter of my face, I will be doing some nose sculpting, nose contouring. So I will be going in with my contour shade, this one here, with an angled brush like this. I usually do this. See the difference? It's gonna be blended out later, so. Like that. That's around the shape that I want. I wipe off the excess and then I blend it out. So I drag it away from this area, so I drag it away. So after I end up with something like this, I will take the powder brush that I use for setting my under eye, and I will go over top it just to tap it off, just to soften the edges a little bit. So something like this, and then I'll take the same brush. So now I'll be defining like the tip of my nose with the darkest shade here, this one here, and the same brush, and I'll go in like a little triangle thing. Okay, so this is hard to explain, so you have to watch. So something like that. Looks like I have no nose. And then I take the powder brush and I kind of soften it. So now I'll be doing blush and highlight. So for blush, I'll be using the blushes from this Sephora Geometric Color palette. This is the huge. I will have a video dedicated to just using this palette and this palette only, but that's a video for another day. For today, I'll just be mixing all of these blushes together because the pans are really small and my brush is like really big. So now I'll be highlighting my face, and today I'll be using the Sleek Solstice palette, I think. The Sleek Solstice highlighting palette. So I'll be taking this shade right here. So I like a blinding highlight. I think that goes for most girls, most people these days. And this palette is the palette to do it. Look at that. So let me just quickly do my eyes off camera for another video, and I will be right back to wrap this video up. So that, guys, is my foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed the foundation. If you guys are intrigued by my look, this is for a video next week. Stay tuned for whichever video comes up first. But yeah, that's my updated foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be posting every Thursday. Just for your information, my social media will be linked down below in the description box. Leave a like and, I don't know, leave a comment and subscribe and like this video. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week for the next video, and I'll probably be wearing the same shirt. So yeah, bye guys.